Hello my friend and welcome to this reading. My name is Oki and today we will explore the abundance that wants to enter your life and how you can receive it. And as you can see, I've shuffled out 4 cards for you to pick from. And before I give you a close-up of these cards, I want to talk a bit more about this reading. So the readings I do them very intuitively, and for me it's all about self-discovery, inner healing, oftentimes also shadow work, and also at the end of the reading I will give you an affirmation so you can go deeper and work more with the energies of this reading. Today's theme, of course, is abundance, and I've picked a bit of a nature theme because nature is so abundant. And that also gives us a clue that abundance is not always about money or nice things or being successful. It could also be about experience more joy, more love, being abundant in our relationships, in our creativity, those things. And also, what I want to mention is abundance isn't necessarily about chasing after it or creating it or wanting to have it. It's more about, and that's actually how I understand it, how it works in nature, about opening up to it and allowing it because it's already there. Nature is already abundant. Life is already abundant. The universe is already abundant. Yeah, so I hope you will enjoy this reading. And we have card number 1, Gebo. Card number 2, Wunjo. Card number 3, Perthro. And card number 4, Fehu. And please don't argue with me how those rune names are pronounced. I try to find out the correct pronunciation on the internet and actually nobody agrees on the pronunciation, so please just go along with how I just called them. Thank you. Hello again. Let's get started with your reading. You chose this beautiful card Gebo, and here it says connections on the card also. And traditionally the rune Gebo is also associated with giving and receiving gifts. And I find it very interesting. I recently learned that in some traditional cultures, when giving gifts or exchanging goods, you would never aim to exactly match the value of the thing the other person was giving you in exchange, because it was thought that if you could give a little bit more or a little bit less, and therefore you owe the other person something or the other person owes you something, it would ensure your continuation of the relationship, because there were still things sort of flowing back and forth between you, because that it was always a bit uneven, right? And it was thought that if you matched the value exactly, then it would be the end of the relationship, because then no one would owe the other person anything, or no one would want to even out the relationship or the giving of and receiving of gifts. So I feel in terms of abundance, what this means for you is the best way for you to receive abundance would be to either cultivate a practice of gratitude, where you honor and mention and appreciate the things you already have received, and also maybe paying those things forward, sharing the things that you already have with others in order to receive things, not really in order to receive things, basically giving it freely from your heart, paying it forward freely from your heart, but that will ensure that things are flowing back to you, so you don't have to be scared that you will be giving and nothing will return to you. because abundance really does live in relationships, in connections, in giving and receiving, and in the constant exchange and ebb and flow of things. Okay, let's get some more cards to see what else. We have decision, choice, opportunity, and selection. And we have the key, mystery, moving forward, knowledge. Yeah, it's very interesting that in both of these cards, there are two beings, two birds and the woman and the deer. And that again emphasizes the theme of relationships, of giving and receiving. And look here, there are two birds, and there are two birds in this card as well. Yeah, I think for you it's really about making choices in which directions you want to go, because they're facing in two different directions, and also these two are facing in different directions. So I think the choice or the decision for you is in which direction you want to go, or maybe even allowing things to go both directions, as we mentioned before, with the giving and receiving. But definitely from both of these cards I get that a shift needs to happen. Something new, moving forward. Mystery, uncovering something, making a choice. Something opening up with an opportunity. I'm not sure what it is yet, but I think choices, decisions, opportunities, something opening up, you moving into something new, that are important themes for you on how you will be able to receive your abundance. Yeah, let's continue with your tarot cards. So what else? How does abundance want to enter your life? How does abundance want to enter your life? Queen of Swords. Yeah, the swords again are usually talking about decisions, clarity, the mind. We have 9 of Pentacles, Strength, and the Hermit. Very interesting. Let's see. The 9 of Pentacles often is considered a card of luxury, living in abundance, being financially independent. This is a very interesting 9 of Pentacles, with one of her eyes closed and one of her eyes open, and the serpent on her shoulder, and there's a little snail down there, the crescent moon. Lots of symbolism in this card. Yeah. Open your eyes, I hear. Open your eyes. So there's probably something hidden that you need to see. Some mystery that you need to reveal. Some secret with a key that you need to unlock. And we also have the Strength card. Also very beautiful. How she is, almost looks like comforting this being. And the Strength card does talk about inner strength, of course, but it can also talk about compassion, humility, strength through softness or in softness. And again, this card speaks of connection, connecting heart to heart with someone else. And then we have the Hermit, another major arcana card. And it's interesting because in this picture, look how she's reached the peak and is able to reach for the stars. Right, so, yeah. All in all, I'm getting the feeling that something you wished for, something that means being abundant to you, is just right around the corner. You just have to reach for it. But in order to get there, you will have to do a bit of a deep dive and maybe even uncover what's blocking it or what has been blocking it for you until now, and gain clarity about it, open your eyes about it. Okay, let's get some more cards. Grounding. And leadership. Grounding and leadership. Both of those cards are connected to the earth element. And obviously grounding in the earth is very, or emphasizes this connection to the earth. But it also has symbolism of the sun tarot card and the sun over here. So something has to be grounded in the earth in order to come up to the light. And that's the sensation I felt before, that, and I can't tell you what it is because it's still a mystery, it's still a secret, but I feel that something has to be taken a deep dive into, and then it can come up, then it can shine, then you can reach up. And with the leadership card, I feel, it's really time for you to take this responsibility, to make decisions, to make use of your ability to make choices, to decide which direction you want to go in, and take the responsibility for it and take the lead in it. And also at the same time, this element of softness, of connection, of giving to others, that seems to be an important element in it. Even how she is sort of holding or hugging the deer again. To me it looks like she's sort of comforting it. As I said, this looks like the girl is comforting the monster. And that's interesting. Why is the girl comforting the monster, right? The monster is supposed to be the scary one, but it actually isn't. It's actually, I think this monster is actually quite sad or hurt even. Yeah, a very, very mysterious reading. But I do hope you get some inspiration from it, and maybe you know what the secret is, and if not, it will be revealed to you, but you need to do some grounding first and gain some clarity first. And maybe rely on your relationships more. Even though it says leadership, it seems a bit contradictory, but I think it's probably about balancing out these elements, knowing when to lead and when to follow, knowing when to reach for the stars and when to ground. Okay, let's get one more card to tie this reading together. we have the Queen. Again with a full moon on it, and another serpent or snake. Yeah, I hear shedding the old skin. So definitely moving into something new. But also with the moon, again, it tells me that it is a bit hidden yet. It will become clear, it will be illuminated later. Once you have done the grounding and the soul searching, and maybe once you have made the decision even. Maybe that's what will unlock the abundance for you, making the decision and daring to make the decision with the leadership, but also make it in a grounded way, not rushing into it. And then you will move into the qualities of the Queen, where you reign over your own realm, and abundance will be yours, most definitely. So I'm sorry I couldn't be more concrete in this reading, but it seems to me that a lot of things are either still hidden or they have to do with you making a decision. So there's no definite answer here. It's up to you. That's a strong feeling I'm getting. Okay, then let me sum up this reading and an affirmation for you in case you want to work more with the energies of this reading. I trust the ebb and flow, the give and take of life. I find abundance in my relationships and in being grateful for all I already have. Of course, you could come up with your own affirmation. If you do so, please let us know in the comments. Also share your story if you would like, and please consider liking and subscribing. Thank you so much for spending this time with me, and see you next time. Hello again, and let's get started with your reading. So you chose this beautiful card Wunjo, and it says harmony here on this card. And actually the rune Wunjo is one of the most positive energies you could have chosen. It stands not only for harmony, but also for luck, success, balance, peace, joy, wishes being granted. And I think this image is also very lovely. How she holds this little, I think it's supposed to be a lamb, this little animal anyway, and she looks so peaceful and content, and the stars glittering in the background. So I think for you, abundance isn't even a thing outside of yourself. It's more like a state of mind or a state of feeling. Or if it's not now, then it will be. It's almost like you're bathing in abundance. And all the energies, all the positive energies just flow through you. Yeah, I'm getting a very relaxed, peaceful feeling already. So before we continue with your reading, let me just mention that for some reason, when I was recording the reading yesterday, I had technical difficulties and it didn't record the sound. So I took that to be a sign that something about the reading wasn't quite right, and I am doing the reading again for you now. So let's see if today we can get some more information about your abundance and how you can receive it. Let's see this card. Identity, recognition, self-awareness, examine. Interestingly enough, this person is also holding a small animal over her right arm. And we got community, contribute, communication, tribe. Okay, let's have a look at this card first. Identity, recognition, self-awareness, examine. And she's looking at a locket with pictures in it. I am getting a sense of maybe for you it could be important to connect with your ancestors, with your roots, in order to become more aware of certain parts of you or parts of your identity that maybe you haven't explored so much before. I'm not sure how that connects to your abundance yet, but I am getting the message that that might be important for you. And that also goes well with this card of community, contribute, communication, tribe. I think exploring this specific part of your identity will also make it more possible for you to find your tribe, to be a member of a community. I think this community that is mentioned in this card has to do with part of your identity that you have to explore or recognize or maybe focus on more. Or maybe you're coming out of the closet about something regarding your identity, and that is how you will connect to other people. I think it has to do with your ancestry, but maybe it doesn't have to. Maybe it could also be another aspect of yourself that you identify with. Yeah, maybe you want to join a spiritual tradition, and that will be your community, and that will be part of your identity. Or maybe your gender or sexuality could be part of your identity that has a whole community attached to it. So it really could be anything. Maybe it's just a hobby, I don't know. Maybe you want to be an artist and your community then would be other artists. But it has something to do with roots, inspirations, other people that walk the same path before you. Okay, let's get some tarot cards to see how this connects to your abundance and how this connects also to the Wunjo rune that is about harmony and peace and abundance and joy. 9 of Swords, the High Priestess, Page of Pentacles, and Ace of Wands. Yeah, there's something with the 9 of Swords that keeps you awake at night. Maybe some sort of inner conflict or fear, or some emotional pain you experienced and that you have a difficult time letting go of. And maybe that's something that you have to examine as well. You have to maybe face those fears or wounds or difficulties, difficult thoughts. And even with a High Priestess card here, I get a sense of it being important for you to grow more into self-knowledge, to grow more into being fully aware of your thoughts and emotions and your intuition and those quiet voices inside you that are guiding you. Yeah, and with a pool of water down here and the reflection of the moon in it, I feel self-reflection is something that's could be important for you right now. And I'm hearing that whatever those, I hear sorrows are, that are probably connected to part of your identity, or maybe your community, or maybe your ancestry, that those sorrows, worries, fears, they're taking up a lot of energy. And once you've looked at them and unwrapped them, the energy will open up for you and will be available for other things. Maybe for building community, contributing to community, communicating about maybe those identities or your experiences. Maybe creating awareness in the broader community about these issues that you're dealing with. Okay, I'm sorry, there was a bit of an interruption right now, but now we are back to the reading. And the last message I got before the interruption was about that somehow now is the time when it's not just about you anymore, it's about the community you're part of, and maybe sharing your good fortune, your peace, your joy with the community and bringing a sense of abundance to the community in this way. With the Page of Pentacles, I definitely feel that there's a new way for you to relate to material things. A new path opening up for you. And if you look at this beautiful Page of Pentacle cards, there's this community of mushrooms growing, and of course the mushrooms, they grow underneath the ground. They are very connected to each other, but also to the surrounding plants and trees. So they can be really a symbol also for community. And it looks like this little mouse is sort of drawing in energy for the community or creating something for the community. And something very radiant. And the mouse is wearing like this cape and those crystals and what looks like shells. So I think this creature is definitely some sort of shaman or healer, or someone who brings in new energies. And also with the Ace of Wands, I just love this Ace of Wands with the Aurora in the background. So different kinds of symbols for illumination, awakening, a guiding light with the aurora and the torch and the little fireflies here illuminating the night sky. Okay, let's get some more cards to see what else is there. And I really don't know why this reading is so difficult. There have been technical difficulties and interruptions and pumpkin productivity. So I don't know, but it's certainly not a coincidence. I think somehow there are some difficulties to overcome, difficulties from outside of yourself. Tranquility. Okay, I feel drawn to read you the Tranquility card because I remember there's different aspects to it that are not mentioned on the card. Okay, then we have here, although you may have felt tested recently, a period of advancement and breaking free is now open. Adaptation may be necessary, however, a great depth of meaning, loyalty, and truth is inspired by the appearance of violets. Secrets are safe, and those you hold closest are also afforded this protection. The truth will prevail, and that which no longer wanted will be weakened. Be wary of intolerance, insensitivity to the feeling of others, and blind fate. Interesting. So, to me, the word protection stood out, and I'm getting the message that whichever part of your identity you want to embrace more or open up about more, it is safe to do so now. Obviously, like, if you feel that this part of your identity makes you a target, or maybe it you identify with a marginalized group, of course, then there are precautions to be taken, so don't throw those out of the window, and maybe choose wisely who you want as your community, who you want to open up to. But I think the first step is to really embrace this within yourself, and when you feel ready to like open up about it, you will be protected. Productivity. Yeah, this card reminds me of what I mentioned before, that I feel because this part is sort of hidden away, that there's energy bound up in it, and once you open up that part of you, the energy will open up as well, and maybe give you the ability to be more productive. And also I'm hearing productivity here doesn't mean like working hard or or hustling or trying to catch up with others or trying to keep yourself busy all the time. It means in this case being smart and thoughtful about which seeds to plant and when. Because if you do that wisely, then the fruits and plants and vegetables will grow by themselves and will ripen by themselves, right? And you will have a good harvest just by starting out in the right way. And as an overall picture, I'm getting to get to a state of abundance, you will have to get to a state of harmony with yourself first. And for that, I feel there's some integration of part of your identity necessary. And also, before we take one more card, I want to acknowledge that having one or more identities that make you belong to a marginalized group, it is a difficult path for sure. And yeah, I just want to acknowledge that yeah, it can be very difficult. It can be difficult, and sometimes it can even be dangerous depending on where you live. And yeah, when telling you that in this reading that maybe it's not so much about yourself, it's more about your community and to open up more and so on, I'm fully aware that that it might be a difficult path actually. But also building communities can give you a lot of strength and support and joy and abundance. And sometimes like the sharing of resources can increase everybody's abundance, right? Okay, let's get one more card. And it's very interesting because this reading turned out to be quite different from the reading I've done for this group yesterday. So yeah, maybe this needed to happen. I don't know. Okay, this is the card. The Eternal Child. Such a beautiful card with all those rays going out and all those colors. Yeah. I'm hearing and feeling that you might be on a bit of a difficult path right now, but where you are heading is a space that is really filled with childlike joy, childlike wonder, childlike ease of existence. And it really connects well to this card of harmony, joy, peace. I think more peace and tranquility. Oh, this also says tranquility, yes, is coming into your life once you've followed this path. Yeah, for some reason I feel I should get some more tarot cards, so I'm going to do that. Okay, those three. Nine of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, and Three of Wands. Again with the Aurora on this card. And it looks like the little goat is maybe even levitating or jumping up into the sky. I don't know. It looks very joyous anyway. And yeah, what I talked about was the Eternal Child card, enjoying the wonders of life, looking at life with childlike eyes. And of course, traditionally, the Three of Wands can speak about a path opening up and becoming clear for you. And with the Queen of Pentacles, I think you will be able to establish a good life for yourself. I got a strong emphasis on the word establish. You will be established and stable and really secure your place in the world for yourself. That's what I'm hearing. And the Nine of Pentacles. Often the Nine of Pentacles speaks of luxury, abundance, financial independence. So I think eventually you will be able to establish that for yourself also. Okay, so let me sum up this reading in an affirmation for you. I allow myself to integrate those parts of me that lie in the shadows, knowing that they will lead me to my tribe, to my community, and ultimately to greater joy, peace, harmony, and abundance. Of course, you could also come up with your own affirmations. If you do so, please let me know in the comments below. Also share your story if you would like. And please consider liking and subscribing. And thank you so much for spending this time with me. I wish you all the best and see you next time. Let's get started with your reading. So you chose the Perthro card and it says mystery on here. And this is maybe not the most obvious card to choose for abundance. I find it interesting though to see all the spiders on this card. So maybe you're catching something in your web, or maybe you're thrown out a web and now energy will flow back to you. And also with the upside down image here, it reminds me of the tarot card of the Hanged Man, which often speaks of taking a pause to gain a new perspective. But it could also speak of feeling like trapped or bound or blocked. So yeah, it's right now it is a mystery what exactly this reading will be about. One more thing I want to mention, that the rune Perthro often is also connected to the concept of fate or karma. So maybe it has to do with something you did in the past that is now in either a positive or negative way coming back to you. So that could be important information about your abundance, but let's get some more cards. Unity, connectedness, harmony, and equilibrium. And awakening, attraction, beginning, newness, communing. Interesting. Okay, I'm getting so many messages already. So what I'm sensing is that maybe something from the past is sort of still haunting you. Maybe it feels a bit dark, or it was painful, or something about it didn't feel quite right. But I'm hearing that you will be given a chance for a new beginning, for attracting new things, different things into your life. And look at her headpiece, at her hair. There's a lot of things going on, and she's wearing it like a crown. So I feel this is a beautiful expression of abundance. To have all those flowers and birds and just the abundance of nature that I was talking about at the beginning, to basically be your gift, or be your surrounding, be you being connected to it. And I feel there's an abundance of new choices, new opportunities coming to you. And those will give you more of a sense of connectedness, harmony, and equilibrium. Yeah, and I'm hearing there's enough for everyone. So maybe that's something you need to contemplate, that there are so many different niches or so many different opportunities, that there's really enough for everyone. You just have to find something that is a good match for you. I feel it's, for you, it is about softening a bit and opening up a bit more, and opening your eyes, I hear, to the abundance that is already there, and to the choices that are still there. Maybe you feel, from this card I'm getting, that maybe you feel a bit trapped, or you feel like you've come to a dead end, or somehow maneuvered yourself into a corner or something like that. But that, from this reading, I'm getting that is actually not true, that there's a lot of opportunities, a lot of choices for you still, and maybe even more of them coming in. And you need to trust that. That's a message I'm getting for some of you, that you really need to trust that there's still a lot of choice and a lot of opportunities. And maybe you missed some chances in the past, or you made some mistakes in the past, or you had some difficulties in the past. I don't know what it is, but there's something in the path that led you onto a specific path that you now feel like was a wrong path, or leads to a dead end, as I mentioned before, but it's actually not. It's actually not. New opportunities will come from it. And that's a very clear message I'm getting. But let's get some more cards. I saw that one. 8 of Swords, yeah. Again, this makes it so clear. You feel trapped, but you're actually not. That's what the 8 of Swords talks about. Right. And look at this card. There are so many beautiful energies and runes and butterflies around you. But you feel like you're out in the snowstorm or something like that. You feel like you're very exposed to the elements and you're unsure whether or not you will reach your destination. But this is just how you're feeling. That's not the truth of it. That's a very clear message I'm getting. Five of Pentacles, Seven of Swords, and Two of Swords. It's very interesting because we also got the Five of Pentacles and the Seven of Swords in group 1 and also in this order, right? And again, here I'm getting that you feel some sort of lack or blockage or conflict, or maybe you're scared of facing the consequences of your decisions. But I'm hearing, don't be scared. And yes, it might be a bit of a process to shift things around and go into a new direction and seek out those new opportunities, but you will be able to do so. And two of Swords. Yeah, you're scared to make a decision. You're scared to move forward. That's what I'm getting from this card. Because you can't really see what choices you have. Actually, in this case, let's get some more tarot cards because I feel this is not the end of the story. I feel that is what you're feeling right now. That you're being trapped and you have to make a decision that you can't even see yet. Oops. Those are the two cards that want to come out. Okay, we have Ace of Pentacles and the Emperor. Yeah, I'm so glad we got some more cards for you there because those cards, of course, look much more positive. The aces in tarot always stand for new beginnings. And look, here's one, I will show you. Here's one doorway or gateway opening up for you. And there's also a set of stairs leading to a higher vantage point. So something is really opening up for you and leading you to a new perspective. And look at all the energy coming out of the water with the crystals and the warmth coming in, where before it was like cold and dark, and now the light and warmth is coming in. And before you felt like you're in the snow, in the cold, in the wind, but now the warmth and light is coming in. And it will lead you to this beautiful abundance. Abundance is a good word for it. King of the forest. Having an entire realm to rule over. Being elevated. I definitely see that in your future. So don't be scared again. That's what I'm hearing about what was before, because new things will open up for you and they will lead to great prosperity and success and feeling like you're in charge. You are in your power. You have authority and agency over your own life. You will reach that point, even though it might be a bit of a journey for you. Let's get some more cards. Energy. Yes, new energy coming in. to freeze the ice and warm up your life and energize your life. What else? Leadership. Yeah. Step into your power. Also very interested that it's sort of landed on the Emperor. Step into your power. And maybe it's as I mentioned before, maybe it's a process. Maybe it will take some time for you to step by step develop a sense of agency and step out of the sensation of feeling trapped or indecisive or blocked, or maybe even for some of you feeling like a victim is what I'm hearing. Because new energy is coming in. New beginnings are opening up for you. Just be patient, but also keep your eyes open for them. Open up yourself for the possibility that these things can actually become true. Don't get stuck in those thoughts and feelings. Okay? Very clear message. Yes. And trust the process. Trust the process. It might take a while to come to a boil, but it will. Okay, wow, we're getting 3 cards here that flipped around, but I'm going to take them all. The shapeshifter. Yeah, you can shift shape into something else. You can be whatever you want. You don't have to be stuck in whatever that is. The shaman and the queen. And I feel those are just 2 examples of what you could shape into. And it's interesting because here we are seeing half a face of what I think could be the queen and half a face of a tiger, which could be the shaman. Shamans often work with animal allies and animal energies, or even shapeshift into animals. And on both of these cards we can see the snake or serpent. So I feel there's a lot of healing for you coming in. Yeah, new energy coming in. This new energy will give you the possibilities to heal, will bring you the things you need for healing. And I think your healing will have to do with completely shifting your perspective, completely shifting your sense of self, and really getting to a higher perspective of yourself and the world. Yeah, I think that's what the new beginnings are about, just allowing yourself to go after it. And I'm hearing for some of you it's about forgiveness. Maybe there's something you have to either forgive yourself or forgive others for you to be able to move on. And that's not for everyone, but for some of you I feel that self-love, self-forgiveness, self-worth, all those good words starting with self are really important for you to cultivate those. So you can become the queen and wear the crown of abundance and flowers and birds, or become the emperor or the shaman, depending on what you feel most drawn to or what you identify most with. But you have great power. The emperor, the shaman, the queen, all those have great power. And I think that's, for you, will give you a sense of abundance. Being able to be yourself and being able to step into your power and move on from whatever happened in the past. So let me get an affirmation for you so you can work further with the energy of this reading if you want to. With great love, compassion, and forgiveness, I let go of the past. I open my eyes to new opportunities and step into my power, my agency, my authority over my own life. Of course, you could also come up with your own affirmations. If you do so, please let us know in the comments and share your story if you would like to. Also, please consider liking and subscribing. And thank you so much for spending this time with me. See you next time. Hello again, and let's get started with your reading. And I have to admit, I already started your reading, but for some reason it didn't record it, so I'm gonna try to give you the messages again that I just received. And let's start with this card that you chose, Fehu, or Prosperity, or it says Prosperity on it here. And from all the cards you could have chosen, of course, this relates most directly to abundance, in a sense of material abundance, prosperity, wealth, maybe even. And I already shuffled out these two additional cards. This card, Letting Go, Release, Farewell, Impermanence. And this card, Adventure, Experience, Taking Risks, and Wish. And from those two cards, I got the message that maybe you're already in a comfortable place where you feel that you're somewhat abundant, you have your bases covered, let's say, and maybe you're feeling quite comfortable. But in order to expand from there, you will have to let go of something to make space for something new. That's what I'm getting. Yes, maybe a bit of decluttering, both physical and mental, emotional, spiritual, is in order. And then you will be able to open up to a even bigger adventure. And this might feel a bit risky. It says taking risks here. But it will be worthwhile. Because it will be an adventure. It will be very joyous. Look at those kids riding the tiger. And isn't there the saying about riding the tiger that once you've started, you can't let go. You just have to sort of hold on and hope for the best and just let it run its course. Yeah, so maybe... giving yourself over to a new adventure, to a new flow of things. All right, let's see what the tarot cards have to say. Yeah, I'm getting a very joyous, playful energy here. But also a getting out of your comfort zone. Yeah. Okay. 7 of Swords, 2 of Pentacles, 9 of Swords. Those two want to come out. Justice and the Hierophant. Okay. I feel that you thing you have to let go of is the struggle, or the struggle, or maybe you have been fixed on something and have been fighting to to get to one specific thing, or I feel that you have been maybe a bit too fixated on a certain outcome or on a certain idea or on a certain path. And I feel that that is a thing you have to let go of and instead choose something else that might not feel as safe. That's what I'm getting, but it will be worth the risk. That's what I'm hearing. With the Two of Pentacles, I also feel that once you've taken this path, even though it might feel a bit risky and unstable at first, in the long run, it will give you more balance and more stability. And I feel what's holding you back is that you're a bit worried or scared to go on a new adventure, to go on a path that you haven't been on before, to try something new. Yeah, I think for you the idea of riding the tiger is just, you feel like it wouldn't be worth it, or you feel like it would be too scary or too dangerous. And I feel that so far you've stuck to what you've known, to what felt comfortable to you. And I hear that you have settled for something that you felt was good enough. But this reading is here to tell you there's more out there for you. You deserve more, is what I'm hearing with the Justice card. You settle for less than you deserve. And this card to me, look at it, it feels like you're coming out of the density of the forest and now the plains are opening up to you. And you can see this lush and abundant countryside with the rivers and the fields and the trees and the beautiful spring sky and the flowers, the spring flowers coming up. Yeah, I think this new adventure will really expand you and expand your horizon. And here we have the Hierophant with the empty throne and the white stag and the two crows or ravens. This new journey that you're about to go on, this new adventure, it will be sort of an initiation. It will, and every initiation journey or every spiritual journey, it can be a bit scary and a bit difficult, and you will probably have to face your fears and face your inner shadow and face the not so nice or not so useful aspects of yourself, but then you will emerge even stronger, and this card gives me a sense of purification. You will receive some sort of purification with the rain and the white stag. Of course, the color white stands for purity. But also a lot of power was a throne here, and the branching out of the antlers. Very beautiful card. It feels very, very deep, very connected. And it feels like you're being connected to the ancient mysteries. To me, this feels and sounds very exciting. But of course, there's a dark wood, right? You have to cross the dark wood by yourself to get to that clearing, to get to that space. Yeah, and that's a sense that I'm getting, that maybe it's a journey you have to undertake by yourself. I mean, there's 2 children here on the tiger, so I think you will get support, maybe from your spirit animal or from your spirit guides, but I feel also that part of the journey will lead you through the dark woods by yourself. Look, there's another image with the owl of night time and darkness, but also emergent from it, right? With the owl taking flight, with a tiger jumping over the waves, and with a stag as a guardian appearing for you. Yeah, this reading, actually, it's interesting because I feel very happy about it. It makes me very happy, it makes me very excited, and I think it's something you should, or you could at least be very excited about. Yeah, a great new adventure, I think, awaits you. Let's get some more cards and see if there's any more information we can get on this journey and how it is connected to your prosperity. Hope. I'm sorry, those were too many cards, so let's get this one. And victory. Wow. Look at this beautiful card. The victory card with a crown. Yeah, and right next to the Hierophant. Yeah, you will sit on the throne of knowledge. And with a hope, I'm getting the sense of maybe you're in a stage now where you're in the dark forest, so don't lose hope. Don't lose hope. And I'm also getting that for you, because the letting go comes first, it could actually feel like you're going in the wrong direction, that you're losing something, but actually you're gaining something. And you're gaining something on a completely different level. And I think you will only understand how valuable this is, the things that you're gaining, the spiritual insight, the initiations, once you get there. The abundance of the plane of the open landscape. Yeah. Okay, let's get one more card to tie this reading together. The tear. That's so interesting. I didn't expect that. Yeah, okay. This really gives me the impression that for you, even though it feels very exciting and joyous for me, I think maybe for you it doesn't. Maybe for you, you're still in this energy where it's a bit scary for you. Where it feels like the letting go that you have to do is really a loss, or the release that you have to do. Maybe it feels a bit painful at the moment. Interesting. Yeah, let me know how you're feeling about this. But also, look at this tear. It's not an actual tear, it's actually some sort of crystal, maybe an emerald or some other precious stone. So your tears will turn into something very precious, very beautiful. And you will see with the eye here. You will see. Yeah, that's what I mentioned before, that probably what you're really gaining, you will only understand once you get there. Okay, I hope this makes sense, and I hope you will be able to see more the joyous, adventurous side of this. Let me get an affirmation for you to sum up this reading, and so you can work further with the energies of the reading if you want to do so. I release and let go everything and anything that doesn't serve me anymore. I am ready to go onto this new adventure, and I'm ready to face my fears in order to gain insight and spiritual growth. Of course, you could also come up with your own affirmations. If you do so, please let us know in the comment. Also share your story if you would like. And please consider liking and subscribing. Thank you so much for spending this time with me, and see you next time.